Oh,
still,
live.
still working on YouTube and IG.
Come on, YouTube. Come on, IG.
This piece of paper is crinkly.
Piece of paper not included.
And
Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final live stream of the Rare Finds and Oddities event. With me is Emily, our lovely Emily. You've seen me probably enough by now for the end of the 2 days. We're here for Rare Finds and Oddities.
Yes.
At the kickoff, I like to just remind people what Rare Finds and Oddities are. Rare Finds you can see as prototypes, special kind of custom things, one-offs, maybe something we tried but we knew we weren't going to make a lot of them. And also things that are in limited batches, so if we know we're never making it again, but there's maybe 1 or 2 left, those kind of make their way into the Rare Finds. And what are oddities?
Oddities are if like one button or has a little stain or a little thing, like anything that you might find interesting, weird, but like a lot of times it's either a stain that we could easily get out, but it's not worth our time. So you guys get the discount, which is really, really cool. You can just wash it, it's fine. So there's a lot of things like that rook had 1 extra button.
Yeah.
That is an oddity. I actually added a button to my rook, so that made more sense for me, but yeah. So that's what oddities are.
Yeah. And so this event, a Rare Finds and Oddities, happens, this is a 2-day event, so today is the final day. Once our last batch goes up in just under an hour, that will be the last batch, and then everything on the site will be available until tomorrow morning, where the remaining pieces will get locked in the vault until April of next year. So this is a twice-a-year event. We keep this very limited, because we want to stock up on some things and kind of make it interesting for you all, and B, logistically, it is a cool event. We kind of keep things out of the landfill. We keep things, we give you guys things at a really good discount. However, we
One of a
can't.
kind, yeah.
Yep, and we just can't do it every month, week.
No.
Twice a year is like the sweet spot, I think.
Yeah, because there is so many details that go into Rare Finds and Oddities, it takes a lot of manpower to do. It takes us weeks to get ready for this. So I can't imagine doing it monthly. Whew, this is the busiest week for operations, the ones right after Black Friday into Rare Finds, and then shipping everything out for the rest of the week. So we're in for a long haul for the next couple of days.
But we do it because we care, and
Yeah.
it gives us a way to sell the things, because our QC process, and you can speak probably more to the QC process, it's very thorough. If things have minor embroidery issues, minor cuts, minor stains, etc., like we won't let those go out the door on the regular run. So they make their way here. We still want to let people own them, and they're still really good quality. However, we're not going to sell it to you at full price like something else that you
Yeah,
can see.
as I used to say, there's a regular standard and there's a volante standard, and we are very big on our quality and our like something that you might not see, we still don't let it go. So we fix it, or if we can't, it ends up in here. And I like that everybody gets super excited for Rare Finds in here. I see these jackets every day, so like I don't get as excited, but like it's cool that you guys are excited for like one-offs that we might not ever do, or something that maybe was the first prototype of something, which is really cool. Like this one.
Yeah.
few
Good.
questions.
Yeah.
Any women's cut shirts coming up in next batch? Which the answer is, there's women's cut stuff. I don't believe any shirts.
Don't believe there are any shirts.
Yeah, none of the shirts actually went on the chopping block for the women's. Men's did, as some of you probably saw, because they were in there.
Yep.
But we didn't have any issues with the women's. I'm sorry, but good for us. If we do find something, like mine might go to a show and it might come back with something on it, those end up in Rare Finds too. So there is a possibility things will end up there.
And then we got, can you guys please consider pushing future RFO forward a few hours? It really sucks when something drops at 6 a.m. on the West Coast.
Ooh, good to know.
Yeah.
Great point. We
Yeah,
will consider
definitely. Good to know. We can't make any promises, but we can definitely, we check in the marketing team and the operations team about kind of how things go, so we will keep that in mind.
And someone asked if the prototype AJ6 is still water repellent.
Which one is it?
I think it's one of these folks, am I wrong?
That's an AJ3.
That's an AJ3. This is why I needed an expert with me to,
So,
AJ6.
71 is the RFO number.
Thank you.
right here. Right here is the AJ6 in question,
No.
at least.
This one is not. This one is made from a cotton material. This is the Solomon. So it has like a water resistant coating on it, but it's not waterproof like the new.
It's not like
It's not this.
It's not like what I'm wearing right now, which is,
Mhm.
which
This is the Solomon, which, if anyone's familiar with it, it's the Vanguard jacket, it's the Nero, it's the Sunspire, it's that material just in black, and then a cotton ripstop as the combo. So it's very different, but it is not waterproof, unfortunately. Water resistant a little bit, but
that one is cute too. I own one of the jackets I have is like the H4 Storm in the gilded carbon. I love it. It's just like the little touch gold stitching on black. It's very classy and nice. Surprised that it's still up here, honestly.
yeah, me too. I actually like it out of the cotton more than I like it out of the water, but everyone has a preference.
Let's see, someone asked, can the Junin stains be cleaned in some way once purchased? Probably referring to the white.
So we were trying to figure that out too. Sorry to be like that bad news person. They are on there, but I don't know if it's white. I'm assuming it's the white one.
There's a few.
I would. You can always try OxyClean on a very hot setting. That works very, very well. And then maybe try the Tide pens. We just don't have any here, so we've not tried or trialed and error or anything like that. We just did not want to bring it to dry cleaning because that unfortunately will not work. They might be able to help with like what can maybe get the stain out, but the dry cleaning won't help because it's a water resistant material. So it's a little weird. Because those really black marks, I'm not even sure what that is. So I can't even like start from starting really on how to get that stain out. But I would try. I know OxyClean with hot water has not let me down with everything else that I own. So especially on white. So that I just don't bleach it, please. Just don't use bleach. I know people want to on white, but it doesn't always work the same way. That's what I would try.
Yeah. Good question.
Otherwise, if you know you're gonna get dirty, the moment I wear something white, doesn't matter. Just sauce or chocolate or something and just dirty.
You could,
me.
you could make it very abstract and just keep rolling in
You
substances.
could start. You could dirt it. You
Paint.
could have
Ooh.
people sign it. Like there's a lot of different things you could do to it.
I saw some comments on the Discord saying that they might try to dye it. So they might try, I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, I am curious because it is a waterproof fabric, and I feel like that coating on that is going to resist it, or it could come out something cool, like weird like swirls on it or something. You never know what could happen.
Might be the perfect time to try that too. Like if you want to get something at a discount because you know it's stained, and you want to try like a crazy insane, like I'm gonna tie dye or I'm gonna like try to make this super custom. Like,
It's your chance.
it's your chance. Yeah. Probably not gonna want to do that with a brand new one. So. Yeah.
But I know Sharpie doesn't come off of it, so if you want to color it and draw on it, there you go. Just make that stain into something like a little happy dog or something. I don't know.
Happy little trees.
Yeah.
Just go off of Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say we pull off some of these, and then of course if we have questions, feel free to toss them in.
Is this what we have left?
This is what we have left.
That's
There may be
amazing
some in the
that
back, but
These aren't showing, first off. The card
I
jacket.
think some of them are not up yet.
Oh.
one last
I
batch.
think that's part of the last batch.
Yeah.
Woo, because people have been asking for these.
And from
Because somebody was asking for a blue one.
what David said, I think we're not restocking these colors.
Not the
anymore.
blue and
The gold. So
unfortunately. Even though the gold is a very prominent one in that the current season, just didn't do very well.
I guess
The
it
red,
is, yeah.
people just want the red. I get it. I have a red one. I understand.
right.
But yeah, so we have in the Tories. We still have 3 left. Wow.
Yeah, I'm very shocked. So like
It's
if you,
amazing how we have like the same type
yeah.
things still.
And it's one of those things, I'm glad you said auditories too, because if you guys haven't heard, Assassin's Creed / Watch Dogs, all of our Ubisoft licenses will be ending at the end of this month. So we've been talking about it for a while, but now this is like it. We have weeks left before we are closing that chapter and on to a new. And so,
So a reminder, get your Kenway orders in.
yes, Kenway pre-orders end in like 2 weeks-ish.
I think
Check
so.
the website.
And that is it.
That's it. And the same with some of these products. I mean, some of these are older pieces. And everything we have on the website right now for Assassin's Creed, no more restocks, besides like the pre-order if you want to consider that. This is it.
This is it. This is it. We got that one is the Initiate,
The Initiate.
and this one is the Auditory.
The Initiate, we have a couple colors as
We still have
well.
some capes left as well, or are they
We have
gone?
sea capes.
They're not in rare finds, just like in general. I'm wondering, because that's what they originally were made for, was this jacket.
I don't think so. I don't think we have capes left.
You think we're all out of them?
I think we're all out by now.
But yeah, that's what it was originally made for. So that's, but yeah, those are the two, those. The AJ3, this is the first version, this is a waterproof fabric as well. It doesn't look like it 'cause it's thinner, but it actually is. It's called Caslin, and this one is waterproof as well. We used to call it our original rain jacket. So it's more of a lighter weight than the current AJ3,
Yeah.
but
I did notice that somebody asked about this earlier, and this is definitely a lot thinner with kind of some thicker accent pieces, which I thought was interesting because a lot of our current jackets are of that thicker material.
yeah.
And I don't know if this one's sold yet. This is the Assassin Recruit hoodie, Assassin's Creed hoodie. If it hasn't sold, it's like the last full hoodie, I believe, of Assassin's Creed. Of course, you have your little point hoods, as they all do, and the logo, the nice Assassin's Creed logo on the back. Yeah. We've got a bunch of items. Do you have any piece in here that is kind of like your favorite, would you say, looking through them? Or like a favorite collection?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've looked through rare finds and oddities.
Got a question,
Yeah.
does our TNG jacket come with a command strip? TNG? Trying to figure.
What do you mean by command strip? Like on the wall? Because I'm
I'll see if I can get Paul.
What's holding this up? Like a little, hey,
a command strip.
Does your TNG jacket come in with a command strip?
I know it's the next generation jacket. I know what jacket
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
referring to. I don't understand
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
command strip means. If you're talking about like pips, no. Or a badge, no. But it comes with a pocket to put the badge in. But nothing extra comes with it. I would like an elaboration on what that is.
Yeah.
But if you see an answer, let me know because I don't know what it is. But
and speaking of like Star Trek with like the accessories, the one I'm wearing right now, as well as we have another, I think the away,
yeah.
the away jacket, we have badges already sewn on. So this is something that we don't typically do. They are usually sold separately. You
And
can-
then it's $40 to get them sewn on. Yeah.
But if you want them already on, we have a couple. So,
This one is a 33 women, 31 wine.
and I believe this one is a 51 men's. The one
And then
I'm
we
wearing
also
right now.
have a 39 men's still,
Yeah.
which is on it as well, which is a common good, so right, not gone.
And it's a good deal too because save the money on getting them sewn on by just
And
getting
then we
them
have our
pre-sewn.
two enterprise prototypes.
The zipper
This
one
was
too is
fun.
the
This
only
was
one that exists, to my knowledge.
Yes, we were testing to see if we wanted to go full jean jacket or if we wanted to take a zipper in the middle. And we decided to go full on jean jacket from the time that it was made, and, you know, where it's set in and stuff like that. But these are the only two that are made, but we made like 4 different versions of this jacket before we came to what we got. And this one has black buttons, it does not have the Star Trek buttons either. That's all we had. We had to just buy them on Amazon, so we didn't have any yet. The whole thing. But there's a lot of cool, like, stories behind this stuff, too.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday with
wrong
we
color.
have I was gonna say,
And then we have
the red
the
ones.
version too. Mm-hmm.
We have, I think at the beginning of Rare Finds, there were 24, if I'm not
Yes, there was
mistaken.
exactly 24.
Exactly 24. And so I know people have bought them since then, but these are called the Mirror Universes, we're calling them. They're not Star Trek, they are,
No.
they're happy little
Trick to the stars.
accident. Trek to the stars and beyond. Live long, nope.
No.
I was gonna say, what's the opposite of live long and prosper?
Right.
Live short and be miserable? I don't know. That doesn't sound good either, so we're gonna get way far away from that. But these are really cool. They're super unique. We will not make this again. This wasn't the intention to begin with. So if you want something that like still has that nod to certain Trek stars, might be cool.
This one is the same, but I can't find it. So that's what we mean by we take things away.
Yeah, that's the oddities too. I was talking about.
I'm
this
sure
one.
there is a stain on here, and I'm sure I pulled it for that reason. But you could never see them.
This is another one of those instances. I showed it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
live stream yesterday. The minorest blemish of lacking embroidery, and it gets pulled from our shelves and it becomes an oddity. We're not going to sell you something if it is not intact 100%. And so this is black on black embroidery on the jacket. You can't tell. Like literally, it took two of us a couple seconds to figure out what was
come over and
wrong
point it out.
with this. So if you're a 39M and want a perfectly good Virgil, this is your opportunity.
And it is fixable. It's just, it takes time and patience. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to say we don't have that. we have none. Because Keith was very good at fixing embroidery. We actually fixed a couple of the other colorway, Elder Twin, because it's silver on navy, so you see it
that one
right away.
shows.
But in the end, we were like, that took like 3 hours. Let's not fix that. And there they go. It just sucks that that's the little thing that pushes it over, because we can't fix it.
Right.
We can fix sleeves, we can fix zippers, we can fix buttons, embroidery. We get it done somewhere else, so we can't fix it.
Did you have a question, Dan? No.
Just some responses, but no actual questions.
Okay.
So
Fair.
hullabaloo.
There we go.
Some hype about the stuff you're pulling.
Good. Good. This is actually, somebody had mentioned Junin. So this is one of the ones, I think this might be the last one that is left, if it is still up. There are, I'll kind of point to it here. I know the camera gets blurry if I get too close. There are smudges on the shoulder. It's noticeable, but not, and then there's some on the tail too. It is noticeable, but not like a huge black mark. Like it is.
Not too bad. The
Not
one on
too
the back
bad.
is the largest.
Where's the one in the back? Yeah, that
But
one.
the strap is in its way, so really you don't
Right.
see it.
So things like that are kind of what make their ways into oddities.
And then the last, they're kind of, I'm assuming that's why the scavenger is weird.
Yeah.
The last.
That one's a really nice one too.
Yeah, this was one of our most popular vests. This is just one of the last ones we got.
This one's pretty cool too. This one is a rare find. It is an EC2 with golden stitching. What's that say? Do you know what that means?
Prototype. Oh, sneaking suit.
Sneaking suit.
Gilded sneaking suit.
Thank you. I don't know what that means.
I believe that's what we still made it in, didn't we?
Probably. It looks exactly like it does on the website, so
We fixed some stuff, I believe. This was the first prototype, and then we fixed some stuff to move forward.
minor tweaks.
Yes, very minor.
Very
It was
minor
probably something with the pockets or something, yeah.
I do love how with this material, which material is this called?
Which one is this? Oh, this is the waterproof.
Like
This is
the
the fleece back
The
waterproof.
fleece back.
Along with the
Ooh.
Sedona liner, it also has a fuzzy back to it, so it's an extremely warm jacket, which is why I made it that way. I know why so we got rid of the vent.
There's a couple, yeah.
We got rid of the vent. That's why it has an X on it.
Gotcha.
Which we could steam those X's away before
Yeah,
this.
we
We don't. Those are wax.
And this is something
Got
too
rid of
where
that.
I wouldn't know that it's like fleece inside because you have this
Because we
nice
have
like
the
liner.
This is the same material that is made out of.
That's really cool.
You just can't see it.
Yeah.
And we wanted a hefty liner, so it would be like a nice winter winter jacket, but not looking like a winter jacket.
This is like one of the only ones left, I think, that are kind of like that full mid-length that aren't licensed. Like we have, of course, like the Assassin's Creed stuff that is a little bit longer, some of it, or like the Devil May Cry. However, I believe this is one of the last non-licensed, longer, more kind of winter-esque coats, or at least colder weather coats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see this one make its way up here. Devil May Cry has been having a really big year for us here, I think, at least making splashes and waves. This one is the Son of Sparta Mercenary 39M with additional shoulder snaps. So literally,
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
there's like, is it the ones in the front?
Uh-huh. See how there's 3? There's supposed to be 2.
Yeah.
We don't even know how. Why? Why? Like they didn't put an extra one underneath it. It's just on.
Just on the top.
Like-
Okay. And it makes its way here.
We love when weird things happen like that. We're like, because it actually makes us double take for a second.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
we'll be on the QC rack and we'll start to do it, and then we go to push it away and we're like, wait a second. And
Yeah.
we like pull it back.
And someone could like, the fact that which mostly gets hidden by the collar, someone's gonna get a really good deal on
It
this.
was weird at all.
Yeah, you can't notice it. You really can't. And someone's gonna get a really good deal on this. The Son of
Someone
Sparta.
decided they wanted out of a snap.
Why not?
Because we can't remove those. They have a hole.
Yep.
So we just did. Yep.
So, looking at the schedule, like I said, if you're just tuning in, we had batches drop every other hour for the past 2 days during kind of our work hours. There is one batch left, which is at 4 o'clock. So that's in about 35 minutes-ish, give or take, right after the live stream. There will be the last batch. We will have them on until about tomorrow morning, pretty much when we're in and caffeinated and ready to take the site down. The site will come down. So really anything that's left between what's already on the site as well as what is coming in the last batch, that you have 50, some amount of hours less than a day. Math is not mathing for me right now. And tomorrow morning, and then we'll close down the site. So now these ones I've been eyeing all day, and they're far not my size. But they just
Yes.
Do you know how long ago
Bomber
these were?
jacket.
It's a bomber jacket. That's what I was gonna say. They are a bomber jacket.
They are
and
bomber
they're
jacket.
really cute.
They're really cute. They came in like a trace blue and ultraviolet, and so purple and black, and which is my favorite. But so I've been here for 6 years. That probably came out 2 years after I was here. So it's been about 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So wild to see some of these stick around, and I know we've had some
And
rare
this
finds.
one's like water resistant as well.
Yep.
The aviator satin.
It's really cool too because you have the cinched ribbed cuffs as well as the back. So you feel like that kind of hugs it a little bit in the back, gives you that nice
And this is the men's
silhouette.
right?
This one I think is women's. This one's women's.
No.
35W.
I was gonna say, because the women's,
We have two 35Ws.
the band in the back comes up higher than the men's.
That makes
For
sense.
obvious reasons, because of hips. But yeah, they're slightly different from one another. But yeah, that was a nice one. I just liked the other colorways better. That's probably why they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much left.
There's not much left, which is a good problem to have. Truthfully, it is a good. This one I'm surprised is still here because of the fact that Assassin's Creed is like gone. There is
Is it just mud?
I don't know.
I love how like these end up here and I don't even know how they do. I have a feeling we use it for a shoot and something got on it.
Yeah.
That's normally what happens, but.
And if you can't tell folks at home, this is a waxed canvas. There is a hood stain, which is all that's wrong with it. The Kenway, we're not making them anymore. So we have a pre-order up, I think in this
In
color.
that color.
So if you want a brand new one, absolutely get that there. But if you want a good deal, this is where you're gonna get it. Let's see, you're not bringing these back. there's nothing on this. This is a prototype.
It's a prototype. This is when we were trying to figure out what color orange we wanted to use. This is more of a blood orange, and that's why we didn't really want to go with it. We switched it up. Even it's like it was like almost a reddish orange, and we were looking for something more spacesuit orange inspired. So that's the only thing that's different.
Literally,
and I think that this is wax
canvas. Yeah,
because we were
the
trying to
accents.
find something that fit that we had in house just to test the color. So that's the only difference is wax canvas here instead of the canvas. I think we used duck canvas for the other original ones.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep looking off
And then that was the first one.
This was
As you can
so this
see,
was
it was washed too. That's why it's wrinkly. David wanted to see because we wanted this one to be washable.
right.
So that's how we tested it. So this is the first.
Yeah, and then this stitching is like a very yellow.
He's a pale yellow.
Yeah, pale yellow. I was gonna say it's not even orange at that point.
Yeah, we had only that orange, and neither of them were like.
Yeah.
So
Go figure.
we have to buy a very special glutamine thread for the new ones that we have. That orange, they're like tiny little spools, and we have to buy so many to give to the factory. Because we normally have huge ones, but they don't come like that. So in special colors. Yeah.
See, this is great that I have you on the stream this time too, because you know a lot of the technical stuff. Where for me, between being here for a few months and then I'm on the marketing side, I'm not in the production side, I have a limited scope of knowledge when it comes to like the technical details. SF 2257 gold 53M. I don't
Yes.
see a single thing wrong with
This is because there's not. This is the Pike jacket from season 2. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Discovery.
You're gonna
Sorry,
get
it's
canceled.
been a while since I've seen the show. It's either 2 or 3. I just cannot remember. But I think it's 2 because it's based off of almost like their first uniforms in Discovery. But the only problem with this is the factory did an oopsie. These pieces and these pieces are supposed to be flipped underneath, so we used the wrong side of the fabric to give it some texture between the two, and they did everything the right way. So it's just all the same material all the way down, but you honestly can't really tell unless you already knew that was supposed to be flipped.
Yeah.
It's not noticeable on the gold as much as it is on the blues. The blue is a very different color when you flip
When
it.
you flip it.
The gold looks identical, so it's just more of a
Yeah.
texture thing. But there's nothing wrong with it. Besides that,
That's pretty wild.
that's
'cause,
not
like,
really wrong. Like,
for me, not seeing one of these before, like literally nothing's wrong.
yeah, because this is what it's based on. This is the Discovery jacket, so it has the same sleeves. So we had it in all 3 colors originally.
And what is that one? Is that one just a prototype?
It's probably got something wrong with it. Hole in rear. Hole in
Wow.
center rear, yeah. I shouldn't have said that out loud, but where? Oh, center rear. It's not the okay. Center back is what it should have said.
Rear of the jacket.
Rear of the jacket.
You're digging yourself deeper.
But it's right there. It's a big pinhole.
Yeah, I was gonna say we would have to even take a light to.
It's like something probably scraped
It's
against
not even
it.
come through the whole thing. It
Oh
literally
no,
is
it's
just
just
an
the
outer.
surface of the very back.
It looks like someone maybe stuck a tack in it and
Yep.
scraped it a
And
little
it's a
bit, barely.
55 command gold.
And that's good too, because I know 55 is, I think, the biggest size we've made. Typically,
Yes, in men's.
In men's.
So far.
so far. So, if you're looking for, see, that's a.
Haha.
So far. So far.
So, just keep your eye out on that next Star Trek stuff.
I'm gonna keep digging through. I want to keep showing, because I think some people haven't seen everything yet, and being that this is the last live stream, I want people to get to see a little bit of
Lasers are
everything.
extremely old.
Yeah, we talked
So
about,
they were
we haven't
here-
talked about them in a day, so.
They were here before I started.
Wow.
And I went, what's with the camo? I literally said that. But yeah, digital camo.
Digital camo.
We don't have any more of the vets, it's just the blazers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these got, how, discounted are these? Gotta be severely, right?
Dan might know.
What's that?
What's the price? Like, how discounted are these?
So, I believe we are giving those away to charity,
Are we?
and they're not being sold.
Oh.
They're not a
Well, maybe we shouldn't be overruling.
Well, then never mind. But if for some reason you want one,
I
please
know.
suggest it.
I think Will brought them out yesterday for the story behind them. which he told.
Yeah, there's a big.
That was my gut feel.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're
Sorry,
pretty
guys.
That's okay. More that gilded carbon, as we were talking earlier. What kind of?
This is the AV5.
85 in 45 men's.
Yeah, what does it say? What's wrong with it? Nothing?
I don't think so.
Huh,
It's your
weird.
tag.
It might be one of the last ones, because I know
Probably.
that we're not making them anymore. This obviously is the predecessor to the AV4,
Mhm.
and then we went backwards, back to the AV4, because you guys like the AV4 better than the AV5. But this one also was the first best with snaps
Oh.
in the AV, so that might be why people like buttons, I don't know. But I like snaps, so.
Yeah. It's kind of funny too.
This
because-
collar's really cool, because it's a strap.
Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's kind of neat.
It's weird to sew, but it's really cool. Yeah, 'cause if you accidentally like sew, put on the wrong one, it goes, when you open it up, like goes the other way. You're like, oh, well, now I gotta rip the whole thing open. So it's funny to it's funny to do it. You have to like fold it backwards and then fold it back up just to make sure.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Middle Earth. So
The Elven coat.
our Middle Earth collection is slowly dwindling out. I think we don't have a time stamp on it. However, we know it's kind of what we have is what we have, and that is all we have. And this is one of the remaining pieces. This is 43 men's. Do you know what the
It is
The name for this one is?
it's the Elven coat, so it's the, it has a name.
what was it?
Rivendell jacket?
Rivendell jacket, yeah.
I was like, when we made them in prototypes, like a million of them, we kept calling it Elven jacket because we didn't have a name yet. They actually didn't get their names until we started putting them on the website. Like, that's when we figured out what the
Right.
colorway name would be and stuff. So like, I was just like, yeah, the Holland vest or the Elven jacket.
We still do that too.
We still do, yeah, because that's
Won't,
what I know.
won't
it
give
by.
away any spoilers, but we have a couple items that we just code name it until we find a better name.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
There's been a couple of those recently, and I'm just like, we gotta figure out a better name for this.
This one's really neat too, because like this, I don't know what fabric this is. This feels soft.
This is Themis.
Themis.
So this is the same material as the top of the 2369 jacket. It's the same thing as this
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Pike jacket. It is water resistant as well.
It's like the closest I feel,
But I
closest
really
feeling.
like this fabric. And it sucks because once we run out, we're not getting any more.
Right.
So if you like to get something in and out, then we've been slowly replacing the tops of the Voyager jackets
Gotcha.
because we ran out of the blue and the maroon, and we only have gold left. And
Yeah.
we want it to all match. We don't want the one that's different. So.
Right. This is like the closest to velvet. That's not velvet. I guess.
Yes.
For like a lot,
That's
especially
kinda what it feels
waterproof.
like. A very,
or
like,
water resistant.
Small pile. Of
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a nice comment. Said, I'm so thankful for RFO. I typically can't afford any of the dream coats, but with RFO and my operator bag gift card, I was able to finally own a Volante coat.
Hey, congratulations. We're happy to do it. Like we said earlier, it's definitely a labor of love. There's a lot from all teams. Pretty much everyone on the staff has had to contribute to getting RFOs to be what it is. So we're very happy we can do it for y'all because David had a good way of explaining it earlier. Like, yeah, there are some sales aspects. We're making sure, we're able to sell them off instead of just kind of
Being overrun with just prototypes.
just prototypes hiding in the closet getting dust. But like part of it too is like the community part. If you're part of our Discord community, if you're not, join it. There's a lot of really good people over there. There's been a lot of really good conversations. Folks have been looking out for each other and, oh, I'll buy that for you if you're not going to be online and all. they'll kind of look out for each other. So really glad that this event is more than just buy it. It's this kind of nice camaraderie thing.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's been at each other's throats, but I hope not.
There's been like a nice, at least the Valkyries, I'll say there's been kind of a,
Like a good grab type thing. 'Cause you got
for
it
lack of
first.
a better term, like a bro code, like dibs. People have called dibs and been respectful towards each other on those dibs, so it's pretty good. Kind of explains how cool it is that we have like a community that like supports each other too.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
Someone's flexing last year. They got at RFO. They got a famous Assassin's Creed long jacket prototype.
Ooh.
I guess.
Was that,
They said they recommend the material.
was that the gargoyle?
See if I can get an answer for you.
Yeah. So we have, for the famous material, there are the two, as we just showed, the two jackets like this. There's a 43 men's and 49 men's over here. I'm sorry, and a 51 men's. So there are three in that same color and that same style. And then of course, we showed it off just a little bit ago, but we also have the 2257 gold in 53 men's. So if you want that kind of velvety feeling, but having a water resistant, is it waterproof? Water resistant.
Water resistant.
Water resistant fabric. Those are good options.
So like if you're in pouring rain, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
If you lay in a puddle, it's probably not a good idea.
But if it's just sprinkling outside, it will just beat up on top of it. You're good.
Yeah. We're not making any scuba diving outfits with it anytime soon. Let's see what else. I know we have a handful of these guys left.
Oh, also 85s.
85s in Android Blue.
They did confirm it was in fact a gargoyle.
Yeah, the
Good memory.
memory. It's just like, I think I made that prototype. It's a hell of a jacket, that's for sure. That was one of our most expensive customs back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've made quite a few in the custom era too.
I know that's something, speaking of customs, that's something that our Discord community folks have been mentioning a lot, is if they see something that they weren't able to snag, if you're a platinum tier member of our rewards point program, you can request, I believe it's one custom per year?
Yep.
Yep. You can order
And
one
it's
custom
not like
per year.
within 12, so like if you order yours in December, you can get the next one in January. It's literally the calendar year, not 12 months you have to wait each time.
Yeah?
Because we've already had people do that. He's like, he put it in December, and he's like, January 1st, he messaged us, he's like, I know what I want now. And we're like, okay,
Perfect, let's go.
and we made it, and it was done.
So this has been kind of a nice inspo event too, where like people see some of these one-offs and our rare finds, and they're like, ooh, I kind of want that one. So it's been neat seeing people like, quick, screenshot that before it goes down. I want to get a custom.
Yeah, as long as we have the pattern for it, and it's not extremely old, because the really old patterns need a lot of work sometimes.
Yep.
We're willing to do it and find the material that you're looking for. It doesn't even have to, as long as we don't have to buy like 500 yards at a time of something, we can easily find a fabric that you like. There's one person that's actually getting custom made fabric, and then they're getting it done through an artist, and then we will be purchasing it, and he just pays for that within the price of the custom. So like, there's a lot of different things we can do. I'm
That kind
excited
of
to see that one.
I'm glad you said that too, because I know on socials there have been a lot of people asking for customs that aren't the platinum tier, they're not kind of part of that program, and I feel like that's a good explanation of like, why we can't do customs for everybody. There are 8 of us on this team. There are only so many hours in a day, days in a week.
It's why we can't, and even the people that can get customs, that's the only reason why we can't do specific measurements to the customs too, or like makeshift a jacket from all different patterns, because it takes a lot of time for one person to do. But we can do like a sleeve shortening, or if you need the jacket 2 inches shorter, that's super easy for us to do.
Or colors,
Yeah, the
kind of
colors you can
swap
change
out.
all you want, or if one thing normally says like, say this is light gray and this is dark, we could change it all to the same color.
Yeah.
You don't have to like verbatim do it the exact same way and just change colors that way. We changed things around.
Yeah.
Like we just had a bounty hunter that was in Vegeta colors.
Vegeta. Sorry, every time I hear
And it
Vegeta,
was
I
really
have
cool.
to.
Like he changed like all the different things. He's like, I want this one yellow and this one white, and like we did it. It was cool.
Just grabbing another one of these. This is an Assassin's Recruit in Wetlands Ebony.
Oh yeah,
Size
it's the same
33.
thing as that
These
one.
are-
It's
Yeah.
the same one, it's just the other
Just
color.
different color.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really, I'm surprised, unless they haven't launched yet, I'm surprised these are still here, because the black and red just seems like it is like our most
Is it
popular
tiny?
combo. He's tiny,
I
he's
have
33.
tiny
He's tiny. Luckily they do stretch though, because they're hoodies, they have some stretch to them. Like I wouldn't be a size 45 and try to fit into a 33,
Yeah.
but if you're like maybe a size 35,
You could
dance between, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, I think you rock this one a lot, Emily, for your
Oh, yeah.
personal
that one,
self.
yeah.
This is a age for
In the mercenary.
mercenary. This, I wish we would bring this up. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a very pretty color.
This is a very pretty
We
color.
made that color in, was it Gilded Carbon that time, or was it Black Sword? I don't remember. I think it was silver, so I think it was Black Sword in this one, but.
And this one's a size 33. I know we have two of these available, both in 33, and we have two available as well in the Gilded Carbon. Speaking of, in size 51. So I know
Wow.
we've had some folks ask about 50 plus sizing, and we haven't had a lot. However, this is one of the ones we have. I was wearing this earlier today. It is very comfortable and very stretchy. So same thing, if you're maybe a size 53 instead of a 51, you might be able to get away with it with this type of material for sure.
Or if you're a 49 and you like a baggy,
Yeah.
you can do that too.
So another question, since we have the pictures already, have we considered doing a collage of the RFO items so that people can see what they missed out on?
For the
Ooh,
soul.
It's a solid idea.
that's a great idea. I haven't considered it, however, of course the phone's gonna go off in the middle of the we haven't considered it, however, that is a great idea, and we might do it even if it's just for funsies on the Discord. Good question.
A quick cycle of everything that just went.
Yeah. We have our content creator over there, Andrew, I almost want to look at, but I can't see. Write that down, write that down!
I don't even know who's paying it.
We have just, usually I do a halfway point, but I missed it this time. We have 15 minutes left to take any of your questions and to show you anything related to rare finds and oddities. If you are just tuning in partway through this broadcast, we are doing this. Yesterday we did this. Today is the last day for rare finds and oddities. What rare finds and oddities are? Rare finds are our prototypes, our specials, our one-offs. Maybe we have a couple, less than 10 left in a collection, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're perfectly fine. However,
It's just not worth putting on the website, because otherwise you're just gonna see two sizes highlighted and it's weird.
exactly. And then oddities are our little minor damages, minor stains, dings, things of that nature that we're too strict on our quality control and we refuse to let it go as a normal item. However, we're going to give it to you at a deeper discount than just off the shelves. So our last drop of the day is in about 15 minutes, which is right when the live stream ends. That will be everything for rare finds and oddities this time, this year technically. And you can shop anything off that collection until tomorrow morning, like first thing in the morning, and we will shut it down until our next Rare Finds event in April. So we'll give a last call, less than 15 minutes. If you have any questions, even if it's not related to Rare Finds, just ask us, we're here.
We're here for 15
here.
minutes. I mean,
I know people were asking David everything earlier from like,
oh,
where does he get his
besides-
boots? And
If he's on screen, you're gonna get a million random
questions.
Million random
I will say, to take a break from just pulling things off the rack, we do have a lot of really good things coming up in December. One of them is actually coming up this week, and it is our boost boxes, or our power boost boxes. You've had some experience with boost boxes as well. What's your description of
I've
boost
never
boxes?
made them personally. I've never had to pull anything.
Mhm.
But what's really cool about them is there's different tiers. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going
Yep.
off of last year's information.
You got
There are
two
different
tiers.
tiers, and then there is a certain amount of, I almost said material, merchandise in those boxes that are up to a certain point. So you're paying less than what you're actually getting in the box. And what we do is we pull all of your information. If you've bought with us before, what colors you like, what collections you like. You can even leave a note saying like, I'm actually eyeing this. We'll more than likely put it in that box. But we'll see that, and we'll kind of curate the box for you. So we'll make sure you don't get something you've already gotten or something you don't like, because we're not going to give you something from the noir collection if like all you're buying is ninja stuff. Like we're going to look at all that stuff. So that's what's really cool about those. And you get like a little note in it, and it's just really cute. And like we do put effort into them, not like most places where it's just like a mystery box that you get for cheaper.
Yeah, you just like press random where it's like all the stuff that's not selling, like toss it in.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Are we doing gifts inside the boxes?
Yes, we are.
We are.
So we're doing a couple
Just wanna be
things.
sure before I start
Yeah.
saying things.
So I will say, first off, not just for boost boxes, but in general, if you're spending over $500, we're giving you a little free gift. So we have things like the new Volante mugs that we're giving away as kind of like a holiday thing. There are, I believe, some of the bags left. The what's it called? I don't remember. Self kits? Is that what they're called?
Oh, we're doing stealth kits?
I think we're giving away
The
some.
one that has the pouches with the strap?
Don't
Okay, I don't.
fact check me on that if someone. But
I don't have all the details, so that's why I'm asking.
yeah. So like some kind
But
of
we
like
have
small
like play
freebies.
mats,
Play
right?
mats, yep.
Play mats are in there. What else did we have? We had something else we were doing. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, now that I'm on the spot, I mentioned it. But little free gifts
Yeah.
for $500 more and the boost boxes. And just like Emily said, the 2 tiers this year are going to be $300 and
Seven.
Thank you. It's like seven, eight. $700, $300 you're going to get worth $350 ish at least, and then at the $700 price point, your box will be worth at least $750. And it's going to be kind of a handful of us that are going to be picking. We don't use an algorithm. We don't just throw the dice. If I'm getting one and I'm going to be packing some of them, I'm actually going to look at your history, exactly like Emily said. If you put it in little notes or preferences,
Colors you like specifically, let us know.
Yep. And then we'll hand pick them. So then that way you get this nice curated little box to give you a nice level up at the end of
And
the
you
year.
all, like, some, you might just get one jacket, but sometimes we'll do more than one thing in a box. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're just paying $700 to get like
Right.
any $100 jacket. It's like multiple things,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Got a question. Would you / could you put anything from RFO into a boost box?
Absolutely. Yep.
That is yes, because we've done it in the past.
And of course, that's after
They're
they're
all-
bought.
yep.
So I would recommend
If
and
there's
this is-
something you want, don't
buy it.
yeah, don't hope it's in your booze box. Yeah.
We've had a few folks like that today. They're like, oh, I was eyeing it for a while, and by the time I made the decision, it was bought. That's kind of how RFOs work. Once they're gone, they're gone. They're spoken for. So whatever is left at the end, we'll probably make it into some of the
So if
boxes.
there was something and you got a booze box, go ahead and put it in the note.
Yeah.
If it's still around, we'll probably throw it in there. If that's really what you want, like,
Yeah.
might as well. I mean, otherwise we're just gonna hold it till next April. Gets things out of our area.
And of course, we can't make any promises. Like if you buy
Right.
a $300 box and say, I want a Virgil, that probably won't happen. But if you give us little hints about like, I like hoodies, or I like vests, or I need more shirts, or something, we'll usually do what we can to try to make that work. If it's reasonable.
If it's reasonable, yeah, we try our best.
Yeah, I think one of the most special things about the boost boxes too that I've heard of, and of course this will be my first year part of them, we also kind of like do like a nice handwritten note, or a nice like signed off note.
It's
which is
a typed
pretty
note,
nice.
but yeah,
Typed
whoever
note.
does your box will like sign off on it. So
Yeah.
it could be any of us that are
Could be.
curating your box for you. If you have if you're like, hey, I want Sarah to do it,
Yeah.
please let us know.
Yeah, let us
It'd be
know.
fun if we had like names in the
Yeah.
comments to be like, hey, can this person do it for me? Because I've never actually pulled anybody for a boost box before.
Yeah, so
Never.
let us
And
know.
I've been here for a while. And it's always been Ellen having to do
Yeah.
a lot of it, so.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely doing a bunch this year. Ellen's going to be as well. Emily might. Willow might. David Volante is the only one that I think is off limits, and there's a reason this year.
There's a lot of reasons.
Well,
But I don't know what that reason is in your head, but I know.
we'll
it's
hint
a
it
lot
a-
of work.
I guess we'll hint it a little bit, and we're doing a few charity auction boost boxes this year. You will learn more about that next week, and those are specifically going to be handpicked by David himself. So if you
That's
are
the only way we can have David's time,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes, and it's for a good cause.
It's for a good cause.
It's for a good cause. It's for charity. We'll get more into the details probably this Thursday. We're going to have a regular live stream. David and I are going to talk about boost boxes. We'll probably get into the nitty gritty about the auction, or the auctions.
So much good stuff coming next year that's what he focuses on. So without that, we don't have this.
We have a lot. Even Willow spilled the beans yesterday about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar.
Of course.
I'm only repeating it because it's already like
It's already out there
public
in the
knowledge at
universe.
this point. So we can't give any other information.
So that is the reason why he can only do the charity.
Between us, you know?
And we live nearby where the creator was from. So like, that's
Yeah.
where we're from, because Northampton is where he was created.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So it's cool that we have that
Yeah.
license, because we're in East Hampton, right next door. And it's just really, really cool to see.
More than likely, we'll probably go up there with photo shoots.
Oh, yeah. You
We have to.
Yeah.
I mentioned this morning at one of our meetings, sewer photo shoot, which I don't know if is the grossest idea or the most accurate idea when it comes to the Ninja Turtles.
Or at a pizza shop.
A pizza shop. That's a good one. See, I'm a 90s kid, and Turtles was like the thing for the longest time. Like, I dressed up as Michelangelo.
One, but I love the movies.
I watched both. And the game.
I love them so much. Oh, yeah. Turtles in Time, the arcade game, is still at some arcades, and I still
Oh,
play
I
it
crushed
when
that.
when I can. So.
Yeah, I grew up a campground kid that had a lot of campgrounds had arcades back in like the 90s, 2000s. That was my shit.
Yeah, but yeah, Turtles, man. That's 4 things, guys. So is Avatar. 4
Avatar,
elements.
at least.
Oh, I know it is. So
'Cause you got
it's 4
all the
things.
4 nations, and you have Avatar, you know, which could be its own thing. And then we got Korra, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
If there's an
in
opposite
case
sweater, I'm
anyone
gonna be
doesn't
mad.
know, we mean not the blue people.
Yes,
Avatar, the
I had to
Avatar.
say that earlier too.
Not the blue people. Yeah, we had to
Yeah.
many times before.
Last Airbender, no.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we got 5 more minutes. That's it. You get us for 5 more minutes. Any questions, RFO related, or
Or
you
whatever.
could ask
It's the
Emily.
longest stream I've ever had to do, so it's more
Yeah.
like I feel like I'm just gonna.
What's your favorite convention? You do a lot of conventions.
I do conventions on my
Emily-
own. as
Emily
well.
is the reason that our conventions like work.
Are
Or
back
like a
and
huge
exist.
reason. And we have Chris behind the camera, who's also a huge reason that the conventions
Chris,
are able
we
to
are
function.
on the ground guy. You probably met him at a couple cons already because he's been working with us for a while. But my favorite convention for us is Star Trek Las Vegas, and always will be.
That's what I was gonna say.
And always will be.
It's Las Vegas.
It's Las Vegas. I have tons of friends there. It's Star Trek. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so cool to be there. It is a haul and a half, but I really do like it. And personally, Katsucon is my favorite convention. I go every year because I'm a cosplayer and I do big, extravagant things, and that's where I am.
I would say PAX East because I'm a gamer, so it's the big.
Yeah.
PAX East is
PAX East
mine.
too.
I have to go to the square booth.
I used to go all the time, but I'm just not into it as much as I used to be.
I can see why.
Yeah.
I
You know?
think post-COVID it's a little different.
It is definitely different. But we're so we can't say definitively, I don't think yet, PAX East.
Oh,
But
we'll be there.
we will be there, okay.
Oh, no matter what, I already know where to go.
Oh,
Okay,
the
perfect.
the
We are
PAX East for
actually,
sure.
we're negotiating what booth we're in right now. So
Perfect.
we already know where we're going.
You
We're
will
just
always-
figuring out where we're going.
West and East.
West and East.
West and East.
West and East. So Paxers, like myself,
The only one that's
We'll be there.
we're unsure of right now is East Emerald City and
Mhm.
C2E2, which is coming up in March.
yes.
March and April.
coming.
So those would be our first ones if we can get in, which I'm talking to people and trying to figure that out, but we are going to a new convention this year.
Which one are we going to?
Anime New York City.
Ooh.
Technically,
Yeah, and Trek Long Island. We are also going to. Those booths have been paid for and we are ready to go. So
one more?
PAX
marketing?
Unplugged we're gonna try to go to.
And one more?
But I won't know until February for that one. And then DreamHack Atlanta,
DreamHack,
I'm
that's what I
trying
was
to get
thinking of.
into, but no one's responding to me.
So if you are
do
someone
you
that
work
works,
in DreamHack Atlanta? Please reach out to us.
yeah, if you work for DreamHack,
Anybody.
let us know.
How to
Tell
get
us.
into there, because I've been trying to get a hold of somebody.
So what it sounds like, as we're rattling off these things, is that we're going to a lot more conventions.
I
or we're
think
planning on it.
altogether it's 11, I think.
Almost. Technically, because
It's 11 because we took out Fan Expo in Denver.
that's right.
Yeah.
We are not going to Denver, sorry guys.
I mean, to put that in perspective, we did
So it's
4
back
last
down to
year.
11.
Yeah.
Yes, we had
So
4
4
last year, so we're back to 11.
versus 11.
So we're
But
almost
we're
tripling
trying new
our.
things, so not every show you're gonna see a lot of merchandise. It'll be a lot of like the new stuff instead, or something like that. So if you see us, please come still say hi.
Oh,
obviously.
absolutely. Yeah.
but you'll just see a little bit different of a booth.
Yeah. But a lot of people have been asking too, like, hey, when are we gonna see you guys in person, or where are you coming out to? That list is coming up shortly, really right after the first of the year. Expect to see.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get
list.
more answers before the end of the year, so we'll have more of a list. But yeah, so you'll see Chris mostly, because he's gonna be at every show except for maybe one, we don't know yet. And then I would probably be at multiple this year, so you'll probably see me.
I'll probably
You'll probably
be
be
at
at
some
PAX
at
East or
least.
New York.
I'm gonna be at PAX East regardless or not if
They
I'm
only know
working the
us.
booth.
They don't even know what I look like. I'm behind the camera.
But you know, we'll have a lot of fun. But I can't go to a lot of them this year because I am needed here, obviously, and keep this place running.
Yeah, you do a couple things at least, yeah, you know, to say it lightly.
But I really like going out to the conventions and actually like meeting the people behind the screens, behind the jackets you guys buy. 'cause,
Behind
like,
Discord.
I only just make them and get
Bring
them
the jackets to
made.
the shows, take pics, we put them on socials.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love seeing people take pictures in the booth.
In the wild, in the booth.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. All right, if there are no other questions, which it doesn't look like there are, I want to say a huge thank you so much for everybody who came out to all the live streams, who bought something off of RFOs. You are minutes away from the last drop, so do not, refresh your button.
359.
3:59. Do not wait, because the moment you wait, someone else will snag it up. So if there's something you really like,
You've seen it happen
get it now. Yes.
many times.
I think 30 seconds was the record time of somebody buying
Oh wow,
something this
last
year.
year was like 5.
No, yeah.
I think, yeah.
It was quick. So,
It's like scroll, click.
done, bought, purchased, done. But yeah, definitely make sure you keep an eye out on there. RFOs will be up, the Rare Finds and Oddities will be up until tomorrow morning, and then they are gone, put in the vault. I think that's it.
That's it. Does it auto load them on?
New
Oh,
batch dropping 1 minute.
Dan's loading them
Dan's
on.
loading them on.
Dan's
We're
loading
right
them on.
after
So
this.
Because you're standing here, so I don't know who's actually doing that.
if you're here, who's
Who's
there?
doing that?
Who's running this place?
Who's driving this bus? But no, thank you guys for hanging out with us and for participating in Rare Finds and Oddities.